What's up everyone, this is Qianqiu Toys with another review. This time I'm taking a look at the Snail Shell Fellow Moon Agent Qianqiu or Qianqiu. Sometimes the Q in Chinese is pronounced like a CH, so I think it's Qianqiu, but if that's not right, whatever, I don't care. I'm not Chinese, thankfully. But I thought this figure looked pretty cool, so I picked it up. And I bought this from Gundam It, not from 5K Toys. I mentioned in a previous review, I'm going to start buying figures from Gundam It instead of 5K Toys. 5K Toys kind of takes a while to get some of the stuff in stock, whereas Gundam It has it a lot sooner. I'm pretty sure they ship from China, so that's closer to the source where these figures are manufactured. Speaking of China, this character does come from a Chinese mobile game, so that's why it looks the way it does. Sort of has a VTuber or gacha game style to it, which is where the Chinese influence comes from, and I really don't like the gacha game and VTuber style. But I still picked this figure up because I did like the design of the figure itself. I thought the orange jacket was cool, I thought the hair was cool as well. It has a skirt, shorts underneath, so I thought the colors were cool. So I thought the design was cool. This was $92 minus the shipping. Last figure I reviewed, this one right here, this was $62, so that's an interesting thing to keep in mind. But enough of the introduction, quickly take a look at the box. So the box is a pretty simple looking box. You got pictures of the figure around the box on the front and the back, and on the sides this card. I guess this is like their social media accounts, kind of a long pamphlet. It just shows you what the figure comes with and how the joints move and stuff like that. And that's it as far as the box goes. Now for the accessories, before we get into the main figure, I already have the accessories in a bag right here. So here's what's included with the figure. You get an alternate waist piece with alternate legs, so that's for sitting down poses. You also get a lot of different hands. So you have one for holding the weapon for the right hand. You get a fist for the left. You get another gun holding hand for the left hand. Another fist for the right side. Gripping hand for the left. Another open hand for the left. Another gripping hand for the right. And then the hands that are on the figure currently, or it's one open hand for the right and then a pointing hand for the left, and that does pop out kind of easily. And it comes with 2 extra wrist joints. Has this like chicken leg, I guess, some kind of food, fried chicken leg or something. Doesn't look very appetizing. 2 extra arms so you can have the figure displayed without the jacket. Alternate hair piece with the glasses on, and this tool for moving the eyes in the faces. Then here's the extra faces. This is the one that was on the figure out of the box. This open mouth smiling one, this angry one, and her eyes look kind of far apart, but I guess that's just a part of the style. I guess she's she's supposed to be a character that's kind of dumb looking or just not very intelligent. She has her pistol. There's also like a folded up version of that. Some kind of suitcase with a handle on it. And nothing moves on here. I thought this would be able to like open up, but there's nothing that moves on it. It's just kind of a static piece. And there is a second version of it where it is opened up and you can see all the details inside. Again, I have no idea what this is meant for. And then of course, this giant thing, it's not a hard plastic. It's very soft. You can see how I'm squishing it right there. It's a very soft vinyl feeling plastic, and I gotta be honest, this accessory is kind of lame. It doesn't articulate or move. You can't do any poses with this. Honestly, I think it's kind of dumb. And the last accessory that comes with the figure are these stands. So you get one stand for the alternate suitcase, so you can put the arm coming out of it, and another stand for the figure. And it also includes this adapter piece for the stand. Alright, so now let's get into the actual figure. Let's see. This is worth the $92. I'm pretty sure the $92 was mostly like for the accessories. The quality of the parts is pretty good. I don't have any experience with snail shell figures. I have held some of the figures in my hands, but I never actually owned one until now. Overall, the design and execution of the figure is pretty good. There is shading throughout and paintwork throughout the entire figure, so it does look pretty good just standing there. And the hair especially looks really good. I like how that turned out. And for the most part, the figure does feel pretty good. It feels pretty high quality. There's some issues with some of the parts and how they fit into each other. I'll get into that now as I explain the articulation. So first of all, you do have kind of this weird neck joint, which is sort of reminiscent of how some Figmas have the neck joints. So it's a ball joint that goes into a hinge that goes into another ball joint. You can see it more up close there, and it's also very easy to take the neck off and put it back on, so head swaps are very easy. So it does give you a really good amount of articulation, so she can look down that far. look up pretty far as well, and also get some tilt out of that too, and of course swivel, so that's really good. So that's a pretty good setup there. Shoulders go up that far, and of course swivel around. They do shift a little bit, not really a butterfly joint in there. No bicep swivel either. You have a big hinge for the elbow, pretty much goes to 90 degrees, looks a little bit ugly in the back there, and it also swivels on that as well. Then we get down to the wrist here, and this part falls off pretty easily. So that's one of my complaints with this figure, is some of the parts don't really fit that well, and I had a problem with the hands when I was swapping them out. Sometimes the wrist joints will get stuck in the forearm of the figure, or sometimes it'll get stuck into the hand of the figure. It's almost like it's different every time, but the wrist swivels in there, and then we have a hinge joint and a swivel for the hand. Now for the torso, it is easily removable, sometimes a little bit too easy, but you can see you just got a dumbbell joint in there, and not a whole lot of torso articulation. That's as far as you can go there, and then back about that much there, and then of course it swivels there and tilts. There's no extra joint for the torso down here. That would have helped a lot. This is also a separate piece right here, so you can remove this. And then for the legs, they are on a drop down. It's kind of a minor drop down, but you can kick forward, not really that far. It's restricted by the skirt, and same thing going to the side. There is a split in the skirt on the side, but it still restricts the articulation moving out that far. And there is a swivel up top at the hip, and there's also a swivel down here at the thigh, so you can't swivel it there. Double joint knee works very well. No swivel at the boot, but you do have some ankle articulation, so same as the wrist joint. You got the hinge, and then you can swivel it at the end of that. And then a toe joint, and I'm never a fan of toe joints because they either don't work because they don't move, or they don't work because they move too much. And in this case, they don't move enough, so it's not really necessary to have that. So that's a negative in my opinion. But I will show you what some of the alternate parts look like on the figure. So very easy to pop out the torso. You also have to pop out the legs, and the arms pop out pretty easily as well, and the jacket just comes off, and then you put in the alternate arms. It does take some force to get the arms in there, and they are kind of tight, so once you swivel them, there's a little bit of resistance, so I would be kind of careful. And I think maybe the second set of wrist joints is so that you can have one set of wrist joints on each set of arms, but it's pretty difficult getting the wrist joint in there. Then once you put the two parts back together, you're left with this, so you can get a better range of kicking, I guess. It's kind of like an illusion. You're not really getting more range. And there's how the gun fits pretty well. There's the alternate face right there, and yeah, it really looks like a VTuber. Like, I can imagine, just put some gameplay on the background, and you'll start making thousands off of loser simps. And again, there's a different face on the figure, this time with the glasses down, hairpiece holding the chicken leg. It's a very annoying looking character, but it is starting to grow on me. And there it is next to the arm, and yeah, you can't really do much with the arm. It's just kind of sitting there in that lame pose. $92, and you get this useless piece of plastic to go along with your other useless piece of plastic. Now we'll do some size comparisons. First, we'll bring out the classics: Figuarts Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Qianqiu Man, Figuarts Freerin, Marvel Legends Daredevil, G.I. Joe Classified Commander Cobra, Bring Arts Yuffie, Jada Toys Ken, Mattel Ultimate Edition Stone Cold. This is the brand new one that came out from Walmart. Masterverse He-Man.
You look really annoying. I really, really want to punch you in the face and break your stupid glasses.
Black Series Commander Cody. And the Fox figure from my previous review. So I'm starting to like this figure a little bit more than when I first started the review. And here it is without the sleeves, but with the rest of the jacket on, so it looks like a vest. And I think this look is pretty cool. Also give her, different weapons that are a lot better than the weapons that it comes with. And then I'll show you some pictures of a few different outfits and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it for the review. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Let me know what you think about the review. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you in the next one.
Hey everyone, this is He-Man. I just wanted to let everyone know about the dangers of VTubers and Chinese mobile gacha games. They want to break... It's actually a plot by the... Don't forget to follow Qianqiu Toys on Instagram at Qianqiu Toys. See you later, you stupid weebs!